Hi guys, welcome back. This is going to be part 2 of my pregnancy announcement video, but it really has nothing to do with the first one because I kind of explained everything already. So this is mostly going to be just like a first trimester recap, but I'm calling this part 2 because I'm filming it in the same day and I'm wearing the same clothes. So I feel like if I say part 2, it like makes it better. You know what I mean? I'm going to talk about first trimester symptoms, when they started, when they stopped. I'm going to talk about products that I used a lot, products that I bought and really did not like. Let's talk about symptoms. Oh yes. So I talked about my last video, part 1 to this, how I knew I was pregnant. So if you want to know about that, watch that video. You should just watch that video first because I shared a lot of stuff in there too. But as far as symptoms, I didn't have I had quite a few actually. The very first symptom I noticed was oily hair. It was right around like 3 weeks. Like I didn't know I was pregnant, but looking back on my app, I was right around 3 weeks. I would wash my hair, blow dry it, and it would be oily already. I was so annoyed. I was getting so upset because I usually wash my hair every 4 days. So like my hair does not get oily that fast. So it turns out that happens when your body produces more progesterone, which is a hormone that is necessary to keep your pregnancy viable. That doesn't happen to a lot of people, but it happens. So I just thought I would share that. If you have oily hair all of a sudden, you might be pregnant. That just kind of went away after probably like 4 or 5 weeks. It didn't last too long, thank goodness, but it was very annoying when it was happening. The next symptom I noticed was low blood pressure. This was actually like what made me think I was pregnant, because this actually happened with my last pregnancy. It was the first thing that I noticed then, but I didn't know it was pregnancy related until it happened this time. But my blood pressure would just tank. It would go down to like 95/60. It was like super low. And the most annoying thing is that it's normal when you're pregnant. It's normal for pregnancy to have low blood pressure. There's nothing that they can do for you. They tell you to drink more water. So just know it sucks really bad because I still have low blood pressure, but my body, I feel like I'm just used to it now. But before, my heart would start racing. I would feel like I was gonna pass out. Like it was just like the worst, absolute worst feeling. The next thing I noticed was fatigue. Holy crap. It's like someone hit you with some lavender and some melatonin and some NyQuil, some ZQuil. It's like somebody drugged your body and you like cannot wake up. That was like the most insane thing. Like I would literally get tired after putting toast in the toaster. It's like absolutely insane and not fun because you have no energy, which is just like annoying. But also something that you need to remind yourself is that you're growing a human being. I had to remind myself all the time because I felt so guilty asking for Peter to get me some water, or Peter absolutely spoiled me. I don't think I could have made it through the first trimester without him. He made me breakfast, lunch, dinner. He got my drinks for me. He helped me get undressed at the end of the night because I didn't even have energy to take my socks off. I just kept reminding myself, like, this week I'm growing teeth buds. This week, I'm growing a brain. This week, I'm growing legs and arms. Like, you're tired for a reason because your body's energy is going towards making a baby. So just remember that. Another symptom was nausea. It wasn't too bad the first like 6 weeks. Then it was pretty bad. It peaked at week 9 Week 9 was the absolute worst week for me. I couldn't smell anything. There was one day I went a whole day without eating because nothing sounded good. Peter brought home like 4 different foods from 4 different places and I couldn't eat any of it. I threw up from the smell. So nausea is a real thing. I will talk more about ways to combat that later on when I get to the next little segment. One of the weirdest symptoms I had was food aversions, but like it was weird. So I would have a craving, I would eat that craving, and then it would turn into a food aversion. So I would crave a green apple so bad. I would eat 3 of them. Then like an hour later, if I even thought about a green apple, I would want to throw up. And that I couldn't eat a green apple probably for like 2 or 3 weeks after that. And that happened with everything. Peanut butter, applesauce, eggs, bread. Everything I ate turned into a food aversion, which was really hard because like you can't just buy 1 serving of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, you have to buy a whole box. So that was really annoying and I just kind of grew out of that. Probably like in my 2nd trimester, now I don't really have food aversions. I still don't have cravings. Another really annoying one was I had super stuffy nose. I always sound like I had a cold. My noise was super nasally, but my nose was also running constantly. Like I had to have 10 tissues with me at a time because my nose was just constantly dripping, which was like so terrible. Like even in my sleep, I would wake up from a dead sleep to blow my nose. It kind of stopped happening like 24/7, probably like around week 11, I would say. But I still wake up like that. Like I wake up and I blow my nose probably 10 times. I use like 4 tissues right when I wake up. I'm not being dramatic. None of this is me being dramatic. This is like real life. But then once I blow my nose in the morning, then I'm fine throughout the day. I also had really bad gas, something you guys probably never wanted to know about me, and that honestly has not gone away. So sorry, Peter. Sorry to everyone who's been around me who's experienced that. Kirsten, I'm sorry. Something that I do recommend is stretching. That honestly, oddly enough, helps to relieve gas. I tried to find a way, because there's been like a few times where it's like I have like, it's like pain, like the gas is like stuck and it hurts so bad, like you would give anything to fart, which is like, what? But I do a lot of like stretching, drinking water, like staying hydrated obviously helps with that, eating fiber, not eating all sugar, just having like a balanced diet, which is like not a thing when you're pregnant. But yeah, that's a solution if you need one. I was asking Peter what he noticed changed about me, and he said that I've been acting a little more sad, which like looking back, I honestly like I don't think I was sad. I was just so drained of energy. I didn't have like a personality. Like I didn't want to go anywhere because I was so tired. I felt so sick. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to cook. Like it was just like, I just want to lay on the couch and leave me alone. And that's it. Thankfully, that ended once I started feeling better. I don't think I was just sad. I think I was just like, I had negative 20% energy. I was just like so exhausted. So that was bad. Something that people do not talk about is hair growth. Not just on your head. I have hair growing on my stomach that's like long and gross. I shave my stomach, which I've never ever done in my whole life. My chest, like right here, like in between the things, hair is growing. It's just like weird. No one talks about how your hair just grows in random places, and I don't appreciate it. My last symptom that I had in the 1st trimester was sleep problems, and I don't think this will ever go away. I had a really hard time staying asleep. I could fall asleep like nobody's business. I've always been able to fall asleep no matter what time of day or no matter where I was. That didn't change, but I would wake up at like 1 a.m. then I would wake up at like 4 a.m. and then I would wake up at like 7:30 for work. That was hard because I wasn't getting like restful sleep, so I would wake up more tired than I already was just from being pregnant, which didn't help. Now that I'm in my second trimester, I can stay asleep. It's hard to go to sleep just because like my hips hurt, my tailbone hurts, my knees hurt. Just everything like on the lower half is just like uncomfortable. Hi guys. Okay, I now look completely different. I started filming the first part of this video and my camera died, and I said I'll finish filming it later in the day. Never did. It's been like a week, so here I am. I'm gonna finish this video. This half of the video is my pregnancy recommendations / things to not buy. This is just like what works for me and things that haven't really worked for me. Just take all of this with a grain of salt and still try stuff out on your own, because you might find something that you really like that I mentioned that I hate. So I'm going to start with stuff that I really enjoy. I don't have a lot of like things that I don't like. First off, I recommend doing a pregnancy journal. I have 2 of them. One of them is an actual pregnancy journal that my friend Taylor got me. And this one's really cool because it has like prompts and there's little places where you can tape in pictures. Sorry, I'm trying to flip the page. So it talks about like, we're pregnant, how we found out, the day we found out, where we were, how we told people, ultrasound pictures, you can tape those in. Then there's milestones in here. So it's like when you got your first test, when you first felt the baby move, when you started showing, your first food craving, like there's a ton of stuff. It breaks it down by trimester. So you can go through, write your feelings, what you're looking forward to, best and worst parts, sleeping habits, cravings, and aversions. And then you can write down your appointments. And then there's also a week by week breakdown of, you can go in and like write how your week was. So I have really enjoyed this, and I actually have been keeping up with it, which I'm like super proud of myself for. It also has a little thing in the back to like an envelope to put stuff in. So I really like this one. Really enjoy it. If you want to go more of just like a simple route, I also bought this. This is just a journal I got from Hobby Lobby. I think it was like $1. So I actually started this journal when I got pregnant last time. So I kind of just like updated everything. And I'll show you what I did this time around. It's the exact same. But this one, I like this journal, there's not like a lot of blank spots where you can just like write. So I started it, it's literally so simple. I literally just wrote pregnancy number 3. And then I talked about when we found out, like all of my levels, of like getting my HCG tested, my first trimester symptoms. I talked about just like fun stuff that happened, some of our appointments. So this I just feel like will be really fun to just like write more like in-depth stuff, I guess, that the pregnancy journal doesn't go into. So I highly recommend that, just because I'm not even finished with this pregnancy and I still am having a hard time remembering what like my first trimester was like. If I ever get pregnant again, I can be like, is this normal? Did this happen to me last time? And I can look back and see if I talked about it. So I just think that that's really cool. I highly recommend it. Next thing I recommend is the Peekaboo test, the gender test. So we did this one, I think I was 13 weeks. This is for if you want to find out the gender early. So this one you can do when you're 7 weeks pregnant, which is, I don't think I would recommend it because there's a lot of like ways that it could not be accurate. Like I said, I did mine when I was 13 weeks, so we felt pretty confident with our results. But pretty much there's Peekaboo and there's Sneak Peek. There are pros and cons to both of them. I personally really liked the Peekaboo one, and I would definitely do this one again. It's a lot cheaper than the Sneak Peek one. It's a lot faster than the Sneak Peek one, and our results were accurate. Pretty much, you get this little kit in the mail You prick your finger, you squeeze some blood into a tube, you send it off, and a couple days later you get an email. I still have it, I'll show you what it looks like. This is what the main email looks like. It just says, drumroll please, the results of the genders are in. And at the very bottom, down here, there's a little PDF that you click on and it tells you what the gender is. So, I really like that. If you want to find out the gender early, if you're impatient like me, that is a really great way to do it. And I think it was only $80. You can buy it, they have sales all the time where it's like $10 off. Next, also, something that we did early was we went to one of those little private ultrasound boutique places and we got an ultrasound. I think I was 14 weeks or I might have still been 13 weeks. Just because like you have your first ultrasound at 8 weeks and then you don't have another one until 20 weeks, sometimes even later than that. And that was just like so long for us to wait. And I just like called this place. They had an appointment open for the same day. And Peter and I went and it was really fun. They did 3D ultrasound, they did the regular one, they confirmed our gender, we got to save all the pictures, she printed out a bunch of pictures. It was really cool and it was just really nice to see the baby because at that point you still can't feel anything. So you're like, is everything okay in there? Like what's going on? It was just really awesome and I also really recommend doing that if that's something you're interested in. You know, some people don't mind only seeing their baby 2 or 3 times throughout the pregnancy, but this is my first pregnancy and I want to like fully enjoy every moment and every extra little thing that we can do. I tried my very best to not wear maternity clothes for a super long time. I tried it one time. It was definitely too early. My bump was not big enough. Like the fabric was like too bunched up at the top because my belly wasn't big enough. But I definitely have a favorite kind of maternity jeans and it happens to be from a specific brand, but I'm sure that there's other brands that sell them. I've only tried 2, so I have no idea what else is out there. The biggest thing that I could recommend is to just like do whatever you can to stay comfortable. I don't know what's going on with my hair, I'm really sorry. Buy whatever you can to just stay comfortable because pregnancy is just a weird and uncomfortable 9 months. I was able to wear leggings for a while at the beginning, but then my stomach got kind of too big, so they were like really tight on my stomach so that I couldn't wear leggings. So then I lived in sweatpants, the kind that doesn't have the elastic band. I actually hated getting dressed because none of my maternity clothes fit me yet. None of my regular clothes fit me comfortably. So I just like, it was miserable to get dressed. I hated it. And like I'm not even like being like funny. It was like when I was getting ready for the day, I like would get sad when I had to get dressed. Just find something that makes you feel comfortable, that makes you feel nice. And don't wait. Like I had this mindset of like, I'm just gonna wait until my stomach's too big to wear my clothes. But I wish I would have just gone out and got one pair of maternity leggings that like I actually felt comfortable in. So that's something I do recommend, is just like don't wait, just be comfortable, you know what I mean? So let me show you the 2 kinds of maternity jeans I'm talking about. So these ones are super duper cute. I got these from Ross on sale. And this is what almost every maternity jean looks like. So it literally goes straight from the jean into the fabric that goes over your belly. There's no belt loops because you don't need a belt when you're pregnant, obviously. And these are the brand Blue Savvy Maternity. I haven't looked up to see like if they sell more stuff. Like I said, these are super cute. They have these little holes in them and they're cut off at the bottom. Super duper cute. And these I got in size small. So the only issue I have with these is like when you stand up and you need to pull your pants up, or you've been walking for too long and you need to like adjust your pants. It's very hard to do because normally with normal jeans you grab your belt loops and you like pull them up or you shift them around. But with these, you either have to like pinch a random spot of fabric, or you have to lift up your shirt, grab the fabric, pull it down to reach the pants, and then like pull them up. And it's just a lot. So this is something that I definitely didn't love about maternity jeans at first, because this was the first pair I ever bought. I bought these before I was pregnant because they were on sale at Ross. But then I discovered Old Navy has these, I think they're like premium maternity jeans. I can't remember like what their little brand is. But these ones have the band sewn into the seam of the jeans. So you still have the belt loops, which I don't wear a belt. Don't get me wrong, I do not wear a belt. It has a button, there's no zipper. The button is pretty much for decoration. All this is for decoration, but I cannot tell you how nice it is to be able to like adjust your pants and pull your pants up. This is something I will always look for. Like if I need more maternity jeans, I will probably buy them from Old Navy because one, these fit really nice. I got these in a size, these are a size 4, which is what I normally wear in jeans. They were definitely a little big before my bump was like big enough to fit the band. But now that I have like an actual bump, these fit really great. So I really recommend Old Navy jeans. Next, the Burt's Bees Mama Bee Vitamin E Oil. I love, love, love this stuff. I douse my body in this daily, if not twice daily. It smells like lemon. It is super nourishing, very hydrating. It's like super oily, like I keep it in a bag because it just gets messy. But I'm sure there's a better way to do that. It's not, that's just a me thing. But I put this on fresh out of the shower while my skin is still a little wet. And I just massage it in really good, especially on my belly, on my hips, on the inside of my thighs where I already have stretch marks. And then if I'm not feeling too lazy, I'll do my chest as well. But that's just like a lot of work. Sometimes I'm not always up for it. But this stuff you can use at any point in your pregnancy. So I have another product I'm going to show you. I didn't ask my doctor specifically, but when I did research, almost every article I read said to wait until your second trimester to start it. This oil you can use like before you're pregnant and like when you first find out you're pregnant. I recommend starting these oils and creams as soon as you want. I know they say that stretch marks are hereditary, so if you're gonna get them, you're gonna get them. But I also think that you can prevent the severity of which you get them. Sure, maybe your skin is not elastic in nature, but if you can prevent your skin from getting super bad stretch marks, then why wouldn't you? I think every pregnant woman has probably used this or some version of it, but this is belly cream, stretch mark cream, whatever you want to call it. This is from Palmer's. It's the cocoa butter formula, which also has vitamin E, but this has collagen, elastin, argan oil, and shea butter. And it helps reduce the appearance of stretch marks, but it also helps like with your skin elasticity, which is what you need to help prevent stretch marks. Like I said, when I get out of the shower, I put this oil on, then I put this over it, and then at nighttime I'll put some more of this on. Sometimes I don't remember to, sometimes I do it multiple times a day because my belly gets itchy or I notice it's super dry. Those are two things that I use and two things that I really like, but there are tons and tons of brands. I actually have like 2 tubs of belly butter that I've gotten from friends that I will just start using after I run out of this one. In general, an oil and a belly butter or some kind of body butter that's super hydrating, preferably one that has like products in it to help with your skin elasticity specifically. Another thing I wanted to mention was water bottle. It's very important to drink water for very obvious reasons. You're growing a human being, you need to stay hydrated. This water bottle has been a lifesaver. I actually have been really bad at drinking water since we went to Texas, which was like just this last week. This water bottle is $12 on Amazon. I'll have all of this stuff linked down below. But what I like about this is that it has a straw. So a lot of these huge water bottles that you find don't have a straw. It's just like this big mouth that you have to like drink out of. But this one has a straw, which is super nice. I love this water bottle. They have a few different colors, not a whole lot. It's half a gallon. And it has like little time slots on there. So like 9:1:59 or 7:9:11:1:35:79. So when I am consistent with drinking water, it's because of this water bottle. So I really recommend this, but get something that works for you, something that you think, like I always drink 10 times more water when I have a straw. If there's a straw in front of me, I will sip on water all day. But if you're the kind of person who prefers drinking ice cold water out of a metal cup with a metal straw, you know what I mean? You know what you like. So just find something that works with that. Next up, this is something that if you're currently pregnant, you probably already have, but I just wanted to share. Get a pregnancy app, or 6 like me. These are really fun to help like track where you're at in your pregnancy. Every week they give you an update of like the baby's size. My absolute favorite one is the Babycenter, which is this little one here. When you sign up, you put in your due date, and then it puts you into a birth club, which has, let's see how many mine has. Mine has 22,000, almost 23,000 members from all over the world. It's not just like a United States thing, it's all over the world. I don't ever take any of this as medical advice, but just like having other moms, some of these moms are moms to like 7 kids. Some of them are brand new. Some of them are 40 and pregnant for the first time, or some of them are 18, 16 pregnant for the first time. So there's just like such a wide variety of people, which just makes like a really awesome community. It also like shows you highlights, what baby size your baby is, talks about each week. It gives you like facts. Then it talks about what your body's going through. There is a section here which is really nice. It talks about, you can like search stuff to see if it's safe for pregnancy. There is a contraction timer. There's like a free birth class you can take. Like, this app is awesome and it's free. I love it. One last thing, but this kind of also goes along with how I was talking about just buying stuff to make you feel comfortable. And this is slippers. So I right now am wearing my Adidas slides. They're very dirty, don't judge me. I just noticed my feet get super sore really fast. So I will put the dishes away, and if I'm not wearing my slippers, my feet like ache really bad. And obviously I do more than put the dishes away in a day. So maybe you're not a slipper person, I don't know. But the biggest thing is to just like be comfortable. So if for you being comfortable means wearing super tight compression leggings, buy some of those. If you like wearing a full face of makeup every day to make you feel super pretty, and like, you know, buy all the stuff you need for that. Like, I just feel like it's very important to like make you feel as comfortable and as you as possible when you're pregnant, especially in the first trimester, because there's just a lot of times where you just feel like absolute poop. Like, you just feel really bad. Just, you know, kind of spoil yourself a little bit, help yourself to get through the process, not just like physically but also mentally, because it's a huge mental thing as well. You're growing a human being. You deserve to buy yourself a brand new pair of slippers if that's what you want. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much everything I have for products that I love and the stuff that I used quite a bit. Out of this whole time, there was only one thing that stuck out to me that I remember, where I was like, I do not like those. Preggy Pops. These you can buy on Amazon. I got mine from Target. They probably sell them at Walmart and Walgreens, all those places. But they're pretty much just little tiny candies that look like this. They come wrapped in a wrapper that says Preggy Pops, which is one of the things that I don't really like about these, because I feel like when you need these the most is in your first trimester, when you probably haven't told anyone. When someone saw these and like, Preggy Pop, what the heck is that for? But the other thing that I don't really like about these is how sour they were. I understand that's the whole point of like having this product, but my mouth is very sensitive to sour things, I guess. I love sour candy. It's one of my favorite things in the world. But sometimes when I eat too much of the sour candy, or if I eat something that's too sour, they give me a mouthful of canker sores, which is like, no one wants that. these, I had the lemon one night. It was probably like 7 p.m. We just finished eating dinner. I was feeling really nauseous, so I put one in. The taste is very good, but it was so sour. I had like 3 canker sores within 2 hours of eating this candy. One candy. So if you have a super sensitive mouth like me, I do not recommend these. I would just find something like, I had Lifesavers in my purse at all times. I bought Jolly Ranchers, which were a big help. Gum. Just like try to find something that you can keep in your purse that's like very like nonchalant. Almost every first trimester like update whatever video I watched on YouTube, they recommended this, which is why I bought it. But I hate them. This is a prime example of what I was saying at the beginning. Some of these products work for me, some of them don't. But that doesn't mean they're not going to work for you. So try these out if you want. Just be warned that they're not even like super duper sour. So I don't know why I had such a bad reaction to them, but I did. I didn't really have anything else that I like didn't love regarding pregnancy, so I think I'm just gonna stop there. Those are pretty much all I had. Try stuff on your own. If you have something that you recommend that I didn't mention in this video, comment down below so other people can see it. That's all I got for you guys. So I know this is a long video, but hopefully there was some good stuff for you. Hopefully you learned something. Please comment down below if you have any kind of video requests that you have for me, because I would love to do anything I can to help out. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day or night or morning whenever you're watching this, and I will see you when I see you.